TV type of stuff. Oh, there it is.
YAJ effect. YAJ effect. YAJ.
And it's almost time for Christmas.
Welcome to YAJ. Welcome to YAJ.
Hello, everybody. How are y'all doing this fine night? 3 days until Christmas.
After the Bethlehem Star.
A lot of people saw that. Anyway, our question is, what if someone looked under your bed, what would they find?
Your mother.
I would find my mama.
Skeleton.
You never know what you would find under somebody's bed.
That's right.
You could probably find a dog or a cat, dirty socks, dirty clothes.
Somebody's mama.
Food.
I used to be under the bed a lot.
Yeah,
Anyway.
I believe that.
Spiritual brothers and sisters, what's up? Love the fam, love the kids, love the grandkids. What's up? Let's get the story started. Because after tomorrow, I am on officially Christmas watch. Watching out for Santa. Yeah, I see it. I've been a bad boy.
You have been a bad boy.
I didn't say I wasn't. Before I get started, Veronica Rose and I saw an episode on Growing Pains, where the Seavers and all like that. And the episode that we saw brought up a great subject of what we've been talking about since George Floyd, before George Floyd, during George Floyd. But she saw that firsthand, how people, even in movies, think. And what I pointed out to Veronica Rose was, I said, look how everybody reacted to this guy. No matter how much he did his time in prison, juvie, for armed robbery, he did his time. Everybody still labeled him as a thief. The store owner of the restaurant that this guy and Carol Seaver was at, he said, you look familiar. And he said to another, one of his coworkers that, oh, that's the guy who robbed me 2 years ago. So in the episode, the owner pulled a gun. No reason to pull a gun. This guy is minding his own business. He was going over papers with someone else. He was minding his own business. Mind you, again, he did his time. But to the owner, he said, you are a thief and you're nothing but a thief. And that's all you're going to be. So when I pointed out to Veronica Rose the whole mindset, I pointed out one simple thing. Not one person ever considered Carol Seaver to be in danger when he pulled that gun. The only thing they saw was that he was an ex-con. And it doesn't even matter what color he was. He was an ex-con, which snowballed and could have made the situation dangerous, but they all pointed their finger at the ex-con.
That wasn't doing anything.
He wasn't doing
anything. The guy thought he was a bad person. He'd done his time. He wasn't doing anything. He was in the cafe talking, and the guy pulled a gun out on somebody that wasn't even doing anything to him.
But look at the mindset. Then you enter the Seaver's household. Never mind why the owner even pulled the gun in the first place. It was all about, oh, well, I work at the center were trying to rehabilitate these kids, and look what just happened. All she was doing was helping them on a thesis paper. And it snowballed from there because of somebody else's opinion. Someone else's, what's that word you always told me? If it doesn't happen to you, you don't worry about it. Because I am a prominent psychiatrist who helps everyone. But damn if my daughter going to date this ex-convict who's trying to get his life together. And as she was explaining what happened, still no one came to the defense of the ex-con.
Until he showed up.
And then that's when he realized, oh shit, I think I made a mistake. But the whole thing about it was you labeled the man without even giving him an opportunity. Like he kept saying, no one's giving me an opportunity to turn my life around. I am considered a thief. And when he said that to me, I snapped. Do you blame him? If someone consistently keeps saying you're no good, you're terrible, you're a screw up,
then you're going to think it. That's what you're going to think. People are going to think that's what you think.
Yeah.
And that's what people think of you, is that you're a screw up.
Yeah.
And you have to prove them wrong.
Right. But we're getting on to the point of the story. It's called As I Went Shopping Today. Mind you, today, we got a $600 stimulus check that's supposedly coming, right?
By next week.
How's it
starting next week?
Starting next week. How is $600 supposed to help me out when my rent is $811? That's just my rent. My lights is $100 because you know what happens when it gets cold. Dominion Power jacks that up. That's already what? 800, 100 and 800. That's $900. So right then and there, I already blew my stimulus check. What about the next 2 months if we shut down?
Well, that's true.
What about the month after that when there's no unemployment money? Oh, let's break this down. When I get my paycheck every 2 weeks, taxes alone is $1,000. So already, for men, $100 is supposed to be enough. But you take $1,000 out my pay just in taxes alone. Now, medical insurance get their cut, which is $200 a paycheck. And that's not even a copay. Let's keep going.
Copays are like outrageous.
Then if something happened to me, I got the short-term and long-term disability stuff. That's still like $50 a paycheck. Not to mention life insurance, so that way I can prepare for my grandkids and my kids. But all in all, that's additional. Before taxes, another additional $300 coming out my paycheck. Now you tell me, where does $600 supposed to help me out? If I work 113 hours with no overtime, I'm just giving away free hours. Where am I supposed to make ends meet? But according to child support enforcement, they don't give a shit. According to everybody else, they don't give a shit. $600 is supposed to be enough. That's supposed to last me for 32 weeks. Yeah, back in 1920. You people, and this is why I'm disgusted with just you all. You people feel that our government is doing such a fabulous job. We're called complainers because this is the great United States. But again, watch this. As I went shopping, how is food, toilet paper, dishwasher liquid, all the stuff that's supposed to keep you clean went on the rise? Trash bags. Do I eat a damn trash bag? How's that $9? It was $9 before COVID hit.
Well, that was something that we were talking about when we went shopping today.
Yeah.
Is that, when we were growing up, gasoline was what, 98, 97 cents, that was pretty good compared to what we got now. Cigarettes, pack of cigarettes was
$1.
well, no, it was 97 cents or something, and you add tax, it was $1 even for a pack of cigarettes.
Movies, $3.50.
You know, you could buy a lot of candy too for a nickel or a quarter. Or, you know, I remember going to the market and parents give you a quarter.
Mhm.
You come back with a little brown bag full of gum, candy, or whatever in it. Now it's like candy's what? Well, you pay 25 cents for one piece of candy.
She and I went to the great Chick-fil-A that you people treat like the great Arby's in its heyday. We spent $20 on 2 people for 12-count nuggets, a large fry, and 2 drinks. Back in the 80s, you could get a combo for $5. $5. And believe me, for $5, you can eat very well.
I don't even know if you get a foot long for $5 now.
No, you can't. What I'm trying to tell you is what I'm trying to tell you is before I make this statement, do you realize that there's something on the horizon? They want you to take the shot. They want you to do this. Slowly, the gas was just what, 194, and now it's back at 214. Oh, nobody's talking about that. The gas is going up.
Well, it might be y'all's way. My way, it's only 202. Well, it was 204 for a long time. Now it's 209.
Okay, it's still rising.
It is rising, but it's rising slowly. But it's going to get back there before you know it.
Congress makes $175,000 per year. The Senate makes $193,000 per year. Why should they care? Here's what I'm thinking. Why don't we let them make $600 however they get paid? Let them make what's that word I'm looking for? Minimum wage. And see if they run. Let them make minimum wage and they lose their benefits and see if they run. They get no more free medical. Once they leave office, they get nothing. They don't get another check. Once they leave, that's it. That includes the president. You make minimum wage. You make $10 an hour and then you come talk to us. I remember what, back in the 80s, I think they made $50,000 a year. But you think $600 is supposed to do what for me? I could build that in a strip joint.
Fan it out, baby. Fan it out.
There you go. Make it rain. So in this recession, I'll throw quarters.
That hurt. You can't throw quarters. That'll hurt.
I'll just say.
Oh my God.
I'm just saying. I'll throw a roll of quarters at a toe and keep the change. Cha-ching.
Yeah, you throw that on the floor, and all of a sudden it busts open. No way.
I'm just saying.
That's wrong.
I'm just look.
I know what you're saying, but that's just wrong.
You guys, I'm telling you, if y'all better wake the hell up. I better one yet. As Antonio, a few other people made comments about Canada. Here's what the Trumpsters or whoever who think they know everything say about Canada. Oh, their healthcare ain't free. How you know? You ain't been there. What the fuck you know about Canada? I'm sorry to use that word, but I'm getting tired of this. When did everybody grow a brain? Do you live there? Have you been there? Have you visited there? Do you know what their economy's like? Of course you don't. But I'm just telling you that I'm starting to have a pretty false sense about where I live. And I'm actually, if you have to retire in another state where it's cheaper, what's that tell you? People are going to Florida because they can stretch their money. But then you got I would never go to the Midwest.
They're going to Florida because it's warmer.
I wouldn't know. But if I'm only getting $1,500 a month from Social Security after working 60 plus years or giving away 113 hours every 2 weeks when you're only supposed to work 80 hours a week, every 2 weeks. 80 hours every 2 weeks, that's 40 and 40. But I'm working 113. You do the math and see how much hours I'm giving away.
Well, you got to consider also back in the day when we were, we had apartments that are now used to be $3 something a month,
$350.
$4 something a month.
Mm-hmm.
I remember buying a house. Well, not just me, but me and my significant other at the time bought a house, and it was only $55,500, and that was a 2-bedroom house, big yard and everything. Now these houses, and this is a 1-story house. This is not a 2-story house. These houses are going so high now. I think the house sold for about $130,000 at the time that he sold it. So I mean, now the houses in those neighborhoods are selling between 170 to 180, maybe 190,000 now.
For nothing. They're not doing anything. They're just cleaning it up for you.
So I mean, even apartments. So there's apartments that you're in that you've been in there over and over and over and over. Now are going up to 1,000. Now maybe the brand new ones. Okay. Now they're homeowners association neighborhoods in some of these. What is it? Townhouse. Where you buy the townhouse like a house.
Starting at 200,000.
Yeah. So now you have homeowners association in those neighborhoods now. So basically you're paying for that plus the homeowners association that you have to pay for to help take care of whatever needs to be taken care of or what you can and cannot do in that neighborhood.
Which just to say you live there. People are stupid.
So,
People are stupid. I can't, no. You see that. You pay more, but it's also cheap material.
Shoot, the house that we had when we redid the sheetrock, the beams still had bark on them. So
where
that's how old that house was.
I'm not trying to bring it up, but there was an area where her ex was decent price, but unfortunately it was way too far. It was way too far out of where I always like to be close near a job in case something happens. Because remember, if your cars break down, people will take you home. They're just not going to keep picking you up. That's where you are today in this day and age. You got to look out for yourself. Play us out, homie.
All right, y'all. Peace out. Go look under the bed. Look under your friend's bed and see what you find under the bed.
YHJ. YHJ. YHJ.
Well, that could be between the mattresses. There's stuff between the mattress and under the bed.
Peace out.
And again, a lot of people are sleeping flat on the floor, so they don't have anything to go under the bed.
I wouldn't know.
All right, y'all. Y'all have a good night. We'll see you on next week.
Since nobody showed up today.
No, Saturday. See you Saturday.
Saturday is Christmas.
No, Friday's Christmas.
After Christmas.
Saturday is the day after Christmas. We might see you, we might not. Depends on what's going on.
You might not see me Saturday.
Welcome
I might do
to
something.
YHJ. Welcome to YHJ.
Keep that.